Spain. Before they left, they were on a tour. Before they left, they were tested, and her husband tested positive for COVID. And so they were required to stay 5 more days. And she did say that the tour company had been very helpful in arranging things and getting them settled. But we haven't heard from her recently, so I'm thinking that they should be on their way home unless something else happened, which we have no idea at this point. So hopefully she'll be home soon, and everyone will be feeling good. So she's sent me some information on what to talk about at the meeting today. And one of the things is she wanted to send some thank yous to people who've been doing things throughout this past couple of months. One is for Sue Agnew for doing the winter postcard exchange. And I want to thank her for doing the chat box today. She's handling questions and posting things. And she also said to remind you all that the next meeting, the May meeting, she will be announcing the postcard exchange, the summer postcard exchange. So if you're interested in that, make sure you get to the meeting or catch the information somehow. She also asked us to thank Kathy Dannerbeck, who taught the Shibori dyeing class, which I took, and many other people. I believe everybody was pretty excited about that. And Anita Rankin, and Sherry Lucerne Martin, Joe Anderson, and Maria Lee for putting together the Mahan show Imagine show at the Poetry Center, which is now open. And that's about it. We're going to talk about the Poetry Center show first. I hope that Anita is here. She has some announcements to make about it. And Sherry, if you could find her, I hope.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
How's that?
I'm not seeing you, but maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. There we go. There we go. Thank you.
Well,
hi, Anita.
That's good. Hi. Thanks for doing this.
Oh,
today.
No problem. No problem.
Very good. You and Sherry. Yeah. Let's see. 3 things on the Poetry Center. The show is open. I saw it this last week and it looks fabulous. And so it's good to see the books in person. But the best time to go to the Poetry Center for free parking, surface parking right next to the Poetry Center is Saturdays, 10 to 3. You can just reel on in there, park, and go right on into the Poetry Center and see the show. There's a catalog in there. Actually, I dropped off 2 catalogs. But to see the work in person is quite different than seeing it in the catalog. And it's also just to see it in a display area that's professionally installed. It was installed by the people there at the Poetry Center. And the catalog is available, and go to the website under exhibits and you'll get the information on how to order that. I think there's 20% off right now if you want one through MagClub. And what else? The reception will be May 19th. So this will be after our last formal PaperWorks meeting of the year, which I believe is May 12th or something like that. Anyway, plan on coming. This will be a time to really our last celebration time. And we have a lot to celebrate together over this last 2 years. And Zooming together and not being together too much. So really think about joining us on May 19th at the Poetry Center. It is a combined, it will be a reception for the show, a reception for PaperWorks members and their guests. And it will also it is a exclusive invitation to the donors of the Poetry Center. They will be there as well. So they're interesting people. It would be nice to talk about your work if you like to do that sort of thing with them or talk about PaperWorks. So I think that's it. Just
Anita, I have a
everything.
question
Yeah.
about the guests. Is there going to be a limit at all to the number of people that are allowed? Do you know?
As far as right now, no. Now, some of this, they have a breezeway outside. So my guess is the refreshments are catered by the Poetry Center for us. Will probably be outside. That way, if you need to take your mask off to imbibe a little bit there, there'll be fresh air. That's my guess.
Okay, yeah.
And and then they do require masks inside now. So it's a good time to, if you want to spend some time looking at the work, go on a Saturday, 10 to 3. So, yeah.
Okay, great. And as we know, of course, things can change. So
absolutely. But hopefully, most of us are vaccinated. We won't get hit by this next wave. Or there won't be another wave. I might as well just be optimistic. There we go.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, I hope to see all of you on the 19th, if not before, at the PCC exhibit reception, which Vicky's going to talk about in a second. Right. But it will be good. It will be good to celebrate together.
Quick question.
I wanted to say that oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I have a copy of the catalog and it is absolutely beautiful.
It's stunning.
Yeah, very well done. The paper is beautiful. The cover is beautiful. Everything is great. I love it. Great
well,
job.
I want to thank everybody for submitting to this exhibit. And the work was exceptional, all of the submissions, because I studied them quite well when I did the catalog. And very professionally done. I have no idea, the exact criteria of how the juror chose in and out. But according to my standards, and I have jury shows in the past, I think every submission could have been in this show. So that's especially why I wanted the catalog to show everyone's work with the artist statements, and so that we could appreciate everybody.
Great, great.
I'm just gonna jump in and ask a quick question about the parking. Is that in the big parking lot, across the street, the pay during the week parking lot?
No, the parking on Saturday is right at the Poetry Center on the ground. They have a parking lot right there. So it's really easy in and out on a Saturday. Yeah, so you don't even have to go to a big parking garage or anything.
Yeah, isn't it just east of the building, I believe?
East, it's kind of south. South of the building, it's a lot. I mean, it holds a lot of cars.
Yeah.
It's and right there's some parking on towards east as well, east and south. So
and south. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's a good time to go. So
great.
Thanks to Carol Morgan. Is she here today?
I haven't seen her.
Yes, I am.
Oh, great.
I thought I saw Carol M. I thought that might be you. And thanks to her for the artwork on the cover. Very well done. And I hear you've moved.
I have.
It's
hard to keep track of Carol.
No, it's good that you're here today.
Yes.
Yes, I am. And I'm glad to be here with you, but I just want to tell you, we're 40 degrees in Wisconsin with a high wind. Maybe snow over the weekend. We just don't know. So enjoy your sunshine.
Thanks, Carol. Okay, thank you, Anita. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're all welcome. So you're welcome to come to the Poetry Center.
I can't wait. I haven't been there yet, but
and see it. It's pretty exciting. Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, well, let's move on, and we're going to move on to the Pima Community College Reflections show that is now up, and it'll be up through September 1st. And so Vicky, if you want to tell us about that, that would be fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah, the show is up. I haven't been able to see it yet because I've had family in town. But I got a call from David Andre, the gallery director, and he just said it looked really fabulous, and he was really pleased to see all the fine works by PaperWorks artists. So thank you all for showing up, showing your work. I'm excited to see it. The reception is on Wednesday, April 27th from 2 to 4 p.m. And at 3 o'clock, the students that are receiving scholarships from PaperWorks will be there. So it would be nice if everybody's there at 3 to meet the students and to just congratulate them. And also, if you haven't been to PaperWorks, there's a map with directions on the PaperWorks website. You can, there's a link. And so download that map and you can use that to get to the gallery. I want to give a big shout out to Ann Lusick and to Krista Nice for really, keeping me on my toes, posting all the information on the website, sending out e-news, getting the word out, and just, I really appreciate all your efforts. That's all.
Okay. And thank you, Vicky. And thank you also for coordinating this, because it's a, it's a big job, but it's helpful to have someone who can step up. It's great to have somebody step up and take charge.
Happy
And then
to.
you've always got lots of other people to help too, which is great.
Yeah.
There was something I was going to say. Oh, one of the things I think you had mentioned or I read somewhere, that there was a possibility that they wouldn't have enough room for everything. Do you know if they were able to use all of the pieces?
I didn't ask David that particular question, but he didn't indicate he had taken anything out.
Oh, great.
So I think they were able to use all the pieces. Yeah.
That's great. Very good. Very good. Okay. Any questions for Vicky?
Vicky, how many pieces did you get?
I'm sorry. The day that everything was arriving, my family was arriving that day too. And it's just been a real zoo around. So I have all the entry forms, but I've never actually counted them all up. It's just like, so I'll get back to you on that.
There were
All
lots.
right. Yeah.
Lots.
Thank you, Vicky.
I want to say one thing. One of the people that I think might be a new member for us was a young mother who drove up from
Bisbee.
Oh.
And she had little kids with us in a little wagon, and she said, "I have found my people." And it was adorable.
Yeah. Yeah. And her outstanding artwork too.
Oh,
So
really?
it was good.
That's well said. I found my people.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. All right. On to the next thing then is volunteers. This is something that's kind of close to my heart because I think PaperWorks is just such a great organization. And I personally have done a lot of volunteering in different capacities. I've been the chairperson of the workshops. I've done membership. I've done the journal. I've done some of the challenges. And, through all of those things, I've gotten to meet new people and I've learned new things. And so I just want to encourage everybody to do that and be involved in that, because it is fun. Sure, it can be a little frustrating here and there, but like I say, you meet new people, you get to know new things. I've learned how to use all sorts of new technical things, and anybody can learn. If I can learn it, you can learn it. So anyway, on to what we need for volunteers. Michelle Vaughn is the head of the Education Committee, and she needs 2 or 3 people to be part of that committee, and that they would kind of split up some of the work. So you aren't doing the whole thing on your own. And it's like, that's a good way to get your feet wet. Be part of a committee. You've got other people to help you and to work with you. And and if we don't get people for the education committee to be doing these kinds of things, we're gonna miss out on like things like workshops and these little one-day things that PaperWorks members teach. I don't know what you want to call them. They're probably a different name by now, but it's an important group of people, and I think it's an important part of PaperWorks because we all want to keep doing something new and learning things that we can add to our own art. So that's one request from Michelle Vaughn for 2 to 3 people, or from the board, I guess. The other thing is that we have the Spooling Around Challenge. That's the 2022 member challenge that'll be taking place next fall. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, but if any of you remember back, we did the cigar box challenge, and I happened to just coordinate that. And it was you set up what the challenge parameters are, you send it out to people. We got the cigar box, we sold them at the meetings. We set up the display, and I'd be glad to be a resource for some help with that. But so we do need a coordinator for that because it's a challenge, and then there's going to be a display at a live meeting, and probably, I know in the cigar box challenge we did some prizes, and people got to vote on their favorites in different categories. So we need a coordinator for that, the cigar box, or the Spooling Around Challenge. And this is new to me, but there will be an exhibit at Rancho Linda Vista. That's in Oracle. That will be in 2023. That's the only information I have about it. I don't know if anybody on the board has any more information on that could help out, but we need a coordinator for that. And I'm assuming that would be something very similar to what Vicki has been doing with the Pima Community College. So think about doing one of those. There are people that can help you and guide you, and it's a short-term thing. You're not making a commitment for a long period of time. Also, Bobby has a request for some people who are somewhat tech savvy to help her do the hybrid meetings, meaning so that when we are meeting live, there would be somebody who would be handling the meeting so that it would be viewable on Zoom. I popped in and got recruited to do that at our last meeting, and there were, because of the new place and things, there were some technical issues going on. But once we get settled back into a place and learn more about the setups there, I don't think that that's going to be that difficult. And like I say, there are people to help. So she's looking for possibly 2 people to help run the hybrid meetings. And basically what you're doing is recording. And also Kristen Nice is looking for someone to assist with the e-news. And so I don't know, Krista, if you want to say anything about that, just in terms of what that would involve.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. I'm losing, I am the word person, and I'm losing the visual helper that I have, and the person that basically makes it all look together and pretty. And that is my daughter Kelly. So I have recruited from my family, and she has a full-time job, and she's going to be doing more traveling. And she has said that at the end of our regular year here, which would be in May, June, she will be moving on to do things that are more along the lines of her own fiber art. So I am looking for somebody that doesn't, somebody who would like to either learn constant contact or who knows just even a little bit about uploading, downloading, and moving things around, or doing that kind of thing. It's only a couple of hours a month. It's not much.
Great. Yeah. And I've learned constant contact too. So it's, like I say, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of having some help and giving it a go. Okay, so that's all of the volunteer information that we're looking for. And so I'm going to move on to some of the things that are on the website. Let me pull up I'm going to do a screen share. And let's see. Nope, that's not working. This didn't happen the last time I did a screen share. Okay, share screen. I want to do share screen. Okay, my desktop. Share. And I had it open. Let me. There we go. All right, can you see that all now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so on our website, we have a couple of things to talk about. The first, I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit. The first one I want to talk about is the Spooling Around Challenge. Move this out of my way here. This is what I was telling you about. This is the 2022 member challenge that we're looking for a volunteer to coordinate. And it says spooling around your 2022 member challenge for PaperWorks: turning, coiling, spiraling, scrolling, revolving, spool. Create a work of art that incorporates a spool as part of the piece. All mediums and sizes accepted. In early 2023, we'll show our creations and have members vote on their favorites. Start your wheels spinning now. What will you make? So this is just an example of one of the many creative things you can do with a spool. And I look forward to seeing what everybody comes up with. It should be fun. I've got my spools, but no ideas so far. The other thing, let's see, that's the spooling around. Okay, I'm going to go to Take a Bow. There are several exhibits. Obviously, this is the poster for the exhibit at the Poetry Center. Very colorful. And the announcement for the reflection show at Pima Community College, and the information is there as well about that. And then we have some other members that have juried shows. This is Blue in Yellow, and it's at Rancho Linda Vista in Oracle. And this is Beata Ware. This is her show. And Beata is going to tell us a little bit more about it. If we can get her on here.
Yeah, I am here.
Okay, hi Beata. Do you
Hi,
want
how are you? Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So I think that my video should be there as well. I just wanted to invite everybody there. It's a beautiful spring right now. This is a perfect place to visit. And I will be there for 3 hours from 2 to 5 on Sundays. Not this Sunday because it's the Easter Sunday, but the following 2 Sundays. So I would like to invite everybody there. They want people to be masked inside of the galleries, and also they don't want big groups inside of the gallery, but outside I think it's fine. And there's a beautiful place to visit together with artist studios and a lot of works within the grounds, sculptures and other strange, maybe assemblages, I should say. Yes, so if you've never been there, this is a perfect time to visit.
Great. So Beata, are those the only hours that the gallery is open then? On those times?
You know, if somebody wants just to come there, the galleries are always open. But probably you need to be with just as few people, not more than 6.
Right.
But
Okay.
the official hours are on Sundays from 11, so it will be 11 to 5.
Okay, great. Just in case somebody can't make it there on a Sunday and wanted to see.
Right.
Okay, and there's a great map there. And Oracle is always a fun place to go. Here's the one of the samples of or one of the pieces from the work from the show. Okay, thank you, Beata.
Right. Thank
Great.
you.
Right. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next exhibition. Well, actually, I'm going to skip that and go back down to, I just heard about this, and I don't even know if Diana Creighton is here, but she has an exhibit called Vital Signs at the gallery at Tempe Center for the Arts. And this will be, you can see that it opens, the opening reception is May 14th, but she has a piece there, or more pieces, I'm not really sure. Diana, are you here? I guess not. So anyway, if you happen to be up in Phoenix, check out the gallery at Tempe Center. All right, and the other exhibit is Mara, and I'm going to share, if you would spotlight her, she's going to tell you a little bit about her piece in the Toto Loco 4 exhibit project.
All right, tell me when you're ready.
Let's see, maybe I can get it.
Linda, do you still want the paperwork screen up? You're going to have to stop.
Oh, that's what it is. I have to, thank you. Let me unshare.
No, yeah, yeah.
There we go. Oh boy. I learned how to share, but I did. Oh, there we go. Big red thing that says stop share. Okay, there we go, Mara.
So this was my year of yes. I've entered everything I can find, and I just said I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff and see what happens. And I saw this call in Collage Magazine, and it sounded like a project right up my alley. It's called Toto Loco 4. It's a collaboration between 2 artists who found that when the world has gone crazy, that collage was something that they could use to speak to how they were feeling. And so they've had these shows for the last 3 years. It started in 2016, actually, and then they skipped a little bit and started in again. And your pieces are sent digitally, which was a big plus because nobody wants to ship work to Australia. And what they're doing is they're making posters out of the works, and then they're blanketing the towns of well, it's a suburb of Melbourne, and also a space in Barranquilla, Colombia. And so I was very honored to be chosen. My piece is related to how the news made me feel. So I have a printout of a smaller version of it. And how I made it was taking tape transfers from the New York Times. So my husband reads the New York Times every week, and then he throws it in my studio. And so I get to play with it after that. And it was a way of kind of calming down for me the news and what was going on in the world, and abstracting it and making it into pieces of art. First making the papers out of the tape transfers, and then making collage from those papers. So I was very excited to be able to participate in this and honored that they selected me. So I'm supposedly will be receiving videos and some photos of the work placed around these places. And when I do, I'll share it with y'all. So super
Great.
excited.
Great, thank you. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to screen share. All right, so here's you can see another photo or a photograph of the work. And then finally on here, we want to talk about the recipe. Oh, wait, I've got to go back. That's right. There we go. Another one of Mara's great ideas. This is a challenge for the summer 2022, Recipes for Life. And this is due on September 30th. And you're going to design and illustrate a one-page recipe for life. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and let Mara tell you about it. She also has some works in progress, a work in progress.
Work in progress. Yes. So what we'd like you to do, if anybody was having problems trying to visualize what we were kind of looking for, I'm going to put my email in the chat. Please email me. And I do have some examples that come directly from the book that inspired this project. It's called Recipe for Life. It's out of print now, but it was done by a bunch of illustrators. I've always thought that you can pretty much take anything and break it down into steps that could be, thought of in a different way, whether it be something abstract, like someone had done one about a riot, like what you need the ingredients for a riot. So it can be that, or it can be actually a recipe that you have that you enjoy. And we thought it was kind of a cool way to think about something maybe a little differently than you have before. So I started working on one, and you can do this in any way that you'd like. It can be on the computer. It can be something that you illustrate yourself with your own hand. It can be a collage work. So I started doing this one. I don't know if you guys can see it, called it's the Perfect Art Play Date. And I was kind of just playing around on my computer to see, well, what would you put in a perfect art play date? And for me, that was a few willing participants, a table and some chairs, mix in a large dose of creativity, sprinkle with a pinch of inspiration, fold in a bushel of art supplies, and then whisk together to incorporate and let marinate for 2 to 3 hours and let the magic happen. So just kind of a ballpark idea. I'm going to flesh that out more. It's going to have more pieces to it, but something that you just find kind of cool. And we are not limiting the number of pieces that you do. So if you want to do more than one, please feel free. We're looking then at the end of September 30 is the deadline, and we're looking to incorporate it into the journal or book, perhaps using MagCloud like Anita has so beautifully done with our catalog for Imagine. So I'm really excited to see what you all will come up with. And as I mentioned, I will put my email in the chat if you need some additional examples to see what other people have done on this topic. Please let me know.
Great, great. Sounds like a lot of fun, and it'll be great to have a book or a journal of all of our pieces. Great.
Yes, I
Any
think so.
questions? Great. Any questions about that? Okay. All right. Moving right along, the last thing we're going to do, and then I think we'll probably have time for a little break between this, is Sherry has a PDF of the catalog from the Poetry Center, and she is going to share that with you. So, I mean, we're not going to read through it or anything like that, but it'll just kind of give you an idea of the different works that were entered into the Poetry Center, and just give you an idea of the variety and what you're going to see when you go to the Poetry Center. So Sherry, if you want to start sharing that, that would be great. There we go. This is the cover with, of course, Carol's work in there too.
Of course, I don't do this normally. I make everybody else do it, so I have no idea. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Let me get out of here. Well,
Okay, we were on 2, so that's good.
View, sidebar, there's. Okay, single page, actual size, that's what I want.
This was the introduction.
So these were, I think, believe Anita put them in alphabetical order. And keep in mind, not all of these are in the show, but they were all submitted. So this, having a catalog is really the only place you're going to be able to see everything. Or I guess I can always, I do have this PDF that you can get for free. Actually, you don't have to pay for the PDF. If you want a printed copy, you do, but you still have to create an account at MagCloud, but you can just download the PDF for free. There's a collaborative work. I love this. I really want to see this in person, this idea of all these ants here. I don't know if you get the opportunity to do that, but do go out here on the YouTube site and look at this information that's associated with this book. I think that was very clever of Maria to do that. I've not seen anything else like that.
Mhm.
Another collaborative work. Another collaborative work. I don't know if you remember, but Suzanne spoke at our meeting a couple months ago and showed her fabulous work that she's done with that St. John's Bible and various other things. But this is small, but just as fabulous. Here's Carol's piece that made the cover. Our hostess today, Miss Linda Penny. This is a book between our 2 hostesses, both Linda and Bobby. And it is so fun. It's at the Poetry Center, and you'll have to see it. The ladies there at the Poetry Center, I was there when we got it out of the box, and they were just gaga over it.
such a great variety of work. It's just amazing.
Absolutely is. I love the title of that. Margaret has a real interesting story about this. If you should get the opportunity to talk to her about it. And our missing president. And hopefully well president.
Yes.
And there you have it.
Great. Thank you.
I think that Anita did an amazing job of putting it together. She did that all by her lonesome.
Mhm.
And it's really one of the nicest catalogs we've had.
Yeah, definitely. It's beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. So get your copy at MagCloud. Any other comments or questions about
Hey,
anything?
Linda, this is Vicki. I just wanted to say, some of the books in the catalog are at the Pima Community College show. So
Good
you have a chance to see them in two different places.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Good point. Yes. Great. Anybody else? Okay, well, as you